Hi, this is Dr. Darren Schmidt at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. This video is about scars, and they can cause symptoms. So I'm going to give you a personal experience, and I'll give you some solutions too. So between my 8th grade year and freshman year in high school, a dermatologist had convinced my mom that this birthmark on my chest might turn into cancer later in life. So that summer I had it taken out. And at the time I was pretty tough. I had worked on the farm every summer since I was 9 years old. And I wanted to see the procedure. I thought I was going to go into medicine. So I watched him cut, and then he pulled this chunk of flesh out and he showed it to me. And I thought to myself, well, doesn't that belong right here? That was my thought. And so then what he did next is he pulled my skin together and he stitched it up. And when I stood up from the table, I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't bring my shoulders back. I was hunched forward because my skin was pulled down. So then a few weeks later, I went out for cross country for my high school, and I went on one run and I did really badly. Now, since the age of 9 though, I've been working in fields. We would irrigate and carry irrigation pipes, and we would run through the fields all summer, and I thought I'd be really good at running. So that was a bad experience to go out for that 1 6-mile run that first day of cross country, and then I dropped it at that point. I didn't know why. I didn't know why I couldn't do very well running, and it turned out because of the surgical procedure that had been done. So by the time I was 30 and 31 years old, I was getting this really bad chest pain right over the scar, and I didn't really understand what was going on until I reached the age of 34, and that's when I got into muscle testing, the procedure that we do in the office to figure out like what's going on with the body, what organs need help, and how to fix those organs. So I got tested by somebody, and he found my heart was weak and needed help due to the scar. So I started treating the scar, and this is the procedure. You take some kind of oil, wheat germ oil works really well, or maybe sesame seed oil, and you got to buy it in a pearl form like this. You can't just get a big jar that's where the oil's not separated, because then the oil can go rancid very easily. Within a few days, that oil can be rancid. So you got to buy the oil that's already kind of pre-packaged, if you will, in a little pearl like that. That's the wheat germ oil, and then the sesame seed oil that we sell is basically the same thing. So you poke that with a pin. You poke it with a pin, and you rub it on your scar and massage it in there. Do it every day for at least 3 months. Another option would be a product that we carry called Renovator. This was designed to heal scars, and I've used this one too. And I've used this on many, many patients since 2004, when I used it on my own scar, when I learned about this technology, if you will, this healing of scars technology. So then within a few months of treating my scar, I could run for an hour without stopping. Whereas before that, I could only run for about 20 minutes and I would have this horrible chest pain. And I couldn't do this without getting chest pain. I couldn't stretch my skin out without getting this chest pain. But after a month or two of treating my scar, then I could do this and I wouldn't have any chest pain. So treating this scar really saved my life, because when I was in my early 30s, I thought that I'd be in the hospital at 35, and I thought I'd be dead in by 40 or maybe 39. I had my life planned out. And I remember when I turned 40, there was a birthday party, and somebody gave me a birthday card and had a big 4-0 on the front of it. And I realized, oh my God, I survived. I made it to 40, I didn't die. And that's because I treated this scar. So it was a very powerful life lesson, and in my testing procedures, I'm looking for scars on you. And surgery scars like what I had, especially in the center of the body, and I wrote that here, center, like maybe a thyroid got cut out, so you have a scar here, or an appendix or gallbladder if you have scars like in the center of your body. Also C-sections, those are biggies. And if you've had 2 C-sections or 3 C-sections in the same spot, they keep cutting the same spot, you got to treat that scar. Episiotomy or tearing scars from giving birth, you should just treat it. And then the piercings, rarely is it ears. I mean, if you've had an infected piercing, you should definitely treat that. But a piercing like of the belly button, something like that on the center of the body, that's going to be more of a problem usually. So if you're, and I've seen tremendous life changes by when people treat a scar like a belly button scar or something like that. I've seen people where their constipation goes away by getting that belly button piercing out, and then they treat it. So I mean, I can go on and on with various health stories like that. Okay, another aspect of treating the scar is a laser. This is a cold laser. It's not hot, and this is we sell something like this for $69. And you can treat your scar that way. If you have a thyroid scar, you just go like this, or it'll actually penetrate through clothing unless the clothing is black. Okay, and there's bigger lasers. I mean, I even got this one. This is $1,200. You don't need something like this. It's just got a really big beam like that. Okay, so you can buy something like this for anywhere from I mean, what we sell is at the cheapest you can get. So $69 up to $300. So if you go shopping on the internet or something like that, don't shine this in your eyes. That's not a good thing. Okay, so the laser helps bring electrons and photons into the area to heal the area. I keep pointing to my scar, but the problem here when you have a scar is that the nerves have been cut. They need to be healed, and then you get the scar tissue that heals like this. It's all like cross-stitched, if you will. It's not in a nice pattern, and then when you put the oil on it, it'll make the scar tissue go like this, so it's a nice even pattern, and it heals that tissue. So out of 150 so videos I've done, I just figured I should do a video on scars because it's a kind of a big deal. It was discovered by a guy named Dr. Dietrich Klinghardt, and he's in Seattle, and he's one of the leaders in the alternative healthcare field. And so it's worth it for me to do this video. I hope you like this information. And if you want some help from us, just email us. And please give me a thumbs up on this video, and a share, and a subscribe. All right, thanks.